Hello viewers, it's your lovely host once again, Joycelyn Seduji Agloza, popularly known as Sedi J. Hive Palace Media in collaboration with Scott's Media. Today we have 10th annual meeting or general meeting, let me put it that way, on GAFCO land, and a lot of personalities will be coming around, a lot of which we would love to hear from their point of view relating to everything happening nationwide at the moment. Please stay tuned and listen to us. Thank you. Good afternoon once again. Okay, right now we have the Honorable MP with us, and would love to have a word with him, but he should still introduce himself even though we know him.
Yes, my name is Rockson Nelson Deafeamekpor. I'm the MP for South Dayi.
Sorry.
Member Constitutional Legal Parliamentary Affairs Committee, Standing Orders Committee, as well as the Public Accounts Committee of Parliament, and a friend to trade, as well as the Interior and Defense Committee of Parliament.
Okay, thank you very much. We appreciate the fact that you made it to GAFCO land, and we super appreciate the fact that you agreed to speak with us. So we'll first of all love to hear about the program from your own point of view. What was the purpose?
Now, as you may be aware, NDC has a wing called TAIN, that is a tertiary education network of students. As part of our party political activities, we operate the wing to reach out to students. And so for every tertiary institution in this country, we have a branch. That is how we operate. We have a branch. And so occasionally or regularly we interact with the branch to keep them active, to let them grow, particularly to encourage them to do membership drive amongst new students who must have entered the institution. So this particular one is one such program to interact with them, as well as to encourage them to undergo membership drive, to propagate the good work of the party, the alternative policies that we have as a government in waiting. Now it is very apparent that the NDC is the government in waiting come January 2025. And so in doing so, it's part of our core mandate to reach out to the young minds, people who from 10 years from now will be part of the policy formulating dignitaries and public officers in this country.
Okay, Your Honorable, if I heard you right, you seem very sure that you are a government in waiting come 2024 elections. What gives you so much surety? What gives you so much morale, please?
Now, when we were described as incompetent at the time that cedi depreciation was at 4.2, and we were kicked out and given the power to someone who said that they will be able to stabilize the depreciation of the cedi. So at the best, the people expect that if they are unable to even do anything, they will be able to stabilize the depreciation. Today, cedi sells to the dollar at 1 to 16 cedis, and that is like 2,500% increment in the depreciation. Today, when they took over, a gallon of petrol was selling at 16 cedis. Today, it sells at 95 cedis. When they took over, cement was selling as 19 cedis. Today, cement sells as 89 cedis. When they took over, school fees at tertiary levels, the maximum that tertiary institutions were charging was about 1,200 per annum. Today, as you stand here, you are paying about 5,000 Ghana cedis per annum. And you think that such a government shouldn't go for the people who were charging you 1,200 per annum should come? So, as a young mind, we want you to avert your mind to some of these inequalities and inefficiencies on the part of the new patriotic government. A government that spends so much billions in planting for food as an agrarian priority, and yet we are unable to buy food crops for our people. A government that says that they want to build one district, one factory in every district, and yet the money is gone, but we can't find the factories in our district, particularly in my district in South Dayi. A government that says that they are creating employment for NAPCO people. Today they've asked NAPCO to go home. So as a young person, this should be of concern to you. You trained for 4 years in a teacher training college. At the end of every semester, you write an examination which is towards your qualification as a professional teacher. This government says that when you do all that, you must still go and write some examination called essential exams. And you think that shouldn't be a bother to you. You must not look for an alternative. A government that after writing a licensure will not post you to go and teach. You don't think that you should be looking for an alternative. If you don't do that, then Seduji, then I am sorry.
Okay, we have seen you, we've heard you state the challenges of the country at the moment, one way or the other. Comparing or looking at the conditions under which the ex-president John Dramani Mahama acted, acted earlier, compared to the conditions within which you are very sure he's coming. How sure are you, or what gives you that surety and trust in him that he can actually solve our challenges or bring it down one way or the other?
Seduji, I'm sure that being a member of the campus media team is about your competence and trust. That is why your fellow students ask you to act in this capacity. If your efficiency is called into question, they will remove you. It is in the same way that the people of the Republic of Ghana are going to remove this government to bring John Mahama and a new team and a crop of new people to come and manage affairs. Management is about trust and ability. When you go and borrow money and you can't show what you borrow the money for, when you say that you are borrowing money to undertake, for instance, Ashama roundabout to Adomi Bridge, 69 kilometers, and 3 years down the line, the president cut salt to construct the road in October 2020. As we speak, we are in November 2022. Nothing is happening on that road, and yet you cannot find the 256 million euros that we granted them. Then Seduji, you need a new team to manage such a resource. We should be asking them what has happened to the money. You were told yesterday, you saw it on TV, that the finance minister agrees that every money that we borrow, his company benefits. Yeah, you are aware. You are aware that a minister who has been put in a position of financial trust will put his company in a position to borrow so that his company can earn dividends. And go and find out who are the shareholders of his company. He's the sole shareholder. So when an owner of a company uses his public office for his private gain, that is a crime in the Republic of Ghana. And so those people must be removed. And when John Mahama comes, John Mahama has the requisite abilities to be able to stabilize the economy of this country and bring succor and comfort to the suffering masses, including you and your parents. As we speak, lunch should have been served by now. Lunch hasn't been served. You are struggling to look up to supper. Meanwhile, hitherto, that was not the case. Even in secondary school, you were eating healthily. After 2016, things have changed. So, Seduji, when we call for a change, we mean business. It is not cliche. It is not rhetoric. It is not roadside talk. It is a matter of policy formulation and change. That is what we stand for as an NDC.
Thank you very much once again. I'm sorry we would have to keep you for a few more minutes. Right now, the program is done and dusted. So we'd love to know, from your own personal point of view, what impact do you feel you've made for the last 3 hours?
Now, we have reinvigorated the spirit of thing on GovCo campus. I've spoken to you, the clear infrastructure interventions that NDC government through myself have made on this campus, which are glaring for you to see. I have asked you to ask the government what they've been able to do for you. Now, I also think that having discovered that you have a campus media, I think you need to approach me for sponsorship for some of the programs that you cover. And that is part of the impact that we bring this campus. I thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. I was actually reserving the appeal for the last. So once you said it, I feel I don't need to ask again. So thank you very much for allowing us to speak to you. We understand you are a very busy man. We so much appreciate your presence.
I am busy, but I serve you. So if you ask me to stop, so you can ask me questions pertaining to the welfare of the people, of the good people of South Dayi, I am obliged. I have to serve you in that regard.
Thank you very much.
It's
we are
my pleasure
honored.
to have spoken with you.